Hello and welcome back to World Traveler Cooking, the show where we cover interesting cuisines and interesting foods from around the world. Today we're going to make Epiphany Koliva. Now there are two different dishes called Koliva in Greek cuisine, and they have very different purposes. So let's disambiguate this first. The first, which I'm going to make here, is there to celebrate Epiphany. And it's sort of a remembrance of the gifts of the Magi. So Koliva means small coins. So these are the these beans become the small coins, which are in memory of the larger gifts of the Magi. The other dish, which we are not making today, is the Koliva associated with funerals. Their small coins refers to the payment necessary for the dead to move on in Greek mythology. For example, paying the ferryman to cross the river Styx. So, what I have here for day one, this is a cold salad. So I'm going to make it today. I'm going to boil the ingredients today, and then we'll come back and we'll assemble everything tomorrow. So I'm just going to walk through the ingredients from today. We have a bunch of beans, sort of as much as we want. 3 different kinds for the 3 Magi. I'm using kidney beans. I'm using chickpeas, aka garbanzo beans, and I'm using black-eyed peas, also known as black-eyed beans. You can use other kinds if you'd like, but black-eyed peas seem to be one of the common things used. And then these have already been soaked overnight and drained, and I will probably add half to a third of this kilogram of wheat berries also. And we will then boil these, and then we will strain them. Then we will chill them, and we'll be back tomorrow to make the salad. I expect to be eating this for a week, so you'll be able to see the beans a little more clearly. I'm just going to scoop them in here. And I'll be back when all these are in, and I will add my wheat berries. Pouring in wheat berries. Now I wasn't able to find a good recipe with exact proportions. So, but this seems like something where you can more or less use exactly whatever you want. And now I'm going to cover this with water and set to the stove to boil. Of course, let's not forget to salt the water. I'm just going to dump the rest of the salt in. And we'll just cook these until they are tender. Tomorrow I'll be back after they have been drained and chilled. And now on to the second day. We have the mixture that we've boiled here. And unfortunately, because I am using kidney beans, it has dyed the other beans a bit red, but that'll be okay. Additionally, we are going to add green onions. I'm going to start with 3, but maybe I'll add more. Red onions, I'm going to start with 1, but maybe I'll add more. Dill, I'm not quite sure how much of this I'll add yet, but I'll add maybe 1 bunch. We'll see. Parsley, these are small parsley packs, so I bought 3 of them. Maybe I'll use them all, maybe I won't. And lemon juice and olive oil, along with some salt and pepper. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, since these have been cooling, they're a bit more firm, I can actually kind of stir the beans up a bit. So that'll be good. So I'm going to start by adding the herbs and the oil and then the lemon, and then we'll stir it up and go from there. So I've cut the onions into quarter rounds, since they're red onions. That lets them be just a little more pungent than if they were julienned. If I was doing yellow onions, because I couldn't get red onions, I'd probably julienne them. So, adding my green onion, Adding my dill. Adding parsley. I'm going to add maybe 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Then I'm going to drizzle in olive oil. Quite a bit, don't be stingy. That may even still be stingy, I might have to add more. So now I'm going to stir it up, but I'm going to be relatively gentle because I don't want to mash the beans, even though they're more firm, having been and then I'm going to add the lemon juice and I'm going to stir it again. This is looking very nice. Yeah, I think I'm going to add juice of 1, maybe 2 lemons. Stir it up, taste it. So, juice of 1 lemon. This seems pretty juicy, so I'm going to stir it up and taste before I add another lemon. So I've added another 1.5 teaspoons or so of salt, so that's about 1 tablespoon so far. And I'm adding juice of a 2nd lemon. We'll stir this up. And then we will taste test again. Test and adjust. So I'm just going to do that a couple times until I'm where I want it to be. And then we'll be ready. Some people also add pomegranate kernels to the top or to garnish. I'm not doing that, but you can. So now the second tasting, I think I got the salt right. Lemon juice is okay, but maybe a little more than I would have preferred. And so now I'm adding more olive oil because I think that'll be needed. So I've heaped some up onto a plate and I've garnished it with a little bit of parsley and dill. And now we'll do a taste test. And now for the taste test. This is a really lovely dish. It's light. It's full of different flavors. You get the sourness from the lemon juice, the mouth richness from the olive oil, the different textures from the different legumes and the wheat berries. The onions are pretty mild. You could probably take a little more onion if you wanted to use more onion. No, this is really delicious. I like it. So if you find this content interesting, you'd like to see more of it, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have anything you'd like to say about this video or about this dish, love to hear from you in the comments. At any rate, bon appetit, and see you next week.